but we got smacked. But we got smacked. But we got smacked. But we got smacked. But we got smacked, bro.
3, 2, 1, go!
What's up? It's your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast. Every Thursday in your ear drum, all in this internet streets. I have my crew, K-Bums20, Keith Norris. We are here. What's up, fellas?
Yo! What it do, man?
So we got a little bit to talk about. Did y'all get a chance to check out the leak gameplay of Wolverine? Did y'all get to see that? We also got to talk about Microsoft having a struggle with the, I guess, budgeting or marketing. So we got to talk about that as well. What else? What else we got to talk about? Did the strikes affect Grand Theft Auto 6? It looked like it did. So we got to talk about that as well and a few other things. Welcome to the show, Nia. Welcome. Howdy.
Video game. Herself.
So we got a little bit to discuss. And we are here to discuss all of it. So make sure you send this out. Throw this up on X, Facebook, wherever you share. Put it out there so we can get a few people up in here. Yeah, so about to get it in, man. Yeah. Are y'all ready?
I can't believe I was
Are y'all happy that Joe Biden stepped down? Are y'all excited?
Lord have mercy. Let's not get started on this.
Are y'all voting for Kamala Harris?
I will say I'm happy Paul has decided to take a rest. Paul didn't look like he was gonna make it.
Man.
Paul is tired.
Yeah, I'm glad he stepped down. I felt sorry for him. He was in struggle mode for real.
He was in straight struggle mode. That brother was. Whoo-wee. But I am not happy. I said this when Biden won the first time. I'll say it again now. I continue to say it. Miss Harris was during the debates was the person I wanted to become president the least when they were debating. When they were debating, I said that's the person I least want to be president. And then he picked her as his vice president, and now we're back. Now she's running for president. And I'm like, oh Lord, have mercy.
Anything but Trumpism. So for me, yeah, she wasn't hot on the campaign stage back then. But things changed, K-Bum. You know, I was like an old Bernie, but you know, people think he's a communist.
I like Uncle Bernie. I did like Uncle Bernie.
I like Grandpa Bernie because he's just old as all of them. But anyway, we're here to talk about no politics, but go vote for Harris. No, that's playing. But welcome to the show.
I watched the compilation of Joseph Biden throughout the years, and man, hey, I don't know what he was talking about a lot of the time. So it was back in the 70s and stuff, but he was on fire. To what he is today, he's a shell of himself.
Oh yeah. He's nowhere near. He was a fighter. That brother. I mean, I commend his heart, but dog, you was struggling to read.
Let it go. Let it go.
Celia said, I'm just happy she's younger than retirement age. Okay, all right. That's something to cheer about. So, Mr. Norris, did you get a chance to check out The Acolyte?
I have been struggling to watch this show.
Oh,
not because of the show, because I've just been tired. That's all.
Oh, okay. That's understandable. That's fair. That's within bounds and reason. But we can't talk about it. So thank you, Keith. I appreciate the dedication.
It's gonna get done. It's gonna get done. Don't worry about it. It's gonna get done.
You sound tired. You only got
Actually,
more. You got more fight than that. You was like, it's gonna be done. Don't worry about it. I'll finish that when I get there. But yeah, so what you say? Her speech was pretty good. She low key is changing my mind on her. Okay, all right, Miss Nia. It ain't no. It's only one choice for me. Sleepy Joe and Kamala was it. There is no other choice. I didn't like none of them, but that's who hey, it's Sleepy. It was gonna be Sleepy Joe. Now it's gonna be what they call her, Lion Kamala. Well, hey, I'm going with her because the other liar is definitely not getting up in there. So anyway,
Lord have mercy.
Anyway, we won't go down that lane. We might not have but 2 views tonight. But yeah, man. So Keith, yeah, man, when you get a chance, man, because K-Bun, let me ask you this, man.
Yeah.
And talking code, do you feel like they undermined certain staples in the arc? You did?
Nah.
You don't?
I think it was complimentary. I didn't think it undermined it, to be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna have to call you off to the side and I'm gonna have to ask you. Yeah, I'm gonna hit
I
you
think it was
up.
complimentary to it. It's a precursor to what will happen, and they're just setting the stage for multiple for 2 different cases. But I'll say just that.
Okay, I think I see where you're going. That may cause me to walk back my feelings because I was a little perturbed, but I'll explain it to you. But anyway, don't be feeling sorry for Keith.
You hater.
I'm messing. Keith, I feel sorry. I feel sorry. She said you tired, Keith.
You was tired.
You sound tired, Keith. She's pampering. But anyway, so what else? So tomorrow is the day. Predictions. Will Wolverine and Deadpool, will it change the course of the MCU? Will it revive it? Will it breathe new life? Will it redeem the MCU?
It better do something.
Predictions, K-Bun. Will it redeem?
I'm just gonna say yes because I needed to. We need the thing
Pampering.
is
That's right. Pampering, Nia. Pampering.
That's a good job. Yeah, we need something to breathe new life into the MCU because it is on the struggle bus. So I'm gonna say just because I needed to, I'm gonna say yes. It will.
Okay. I think it will. I'm with you. It literally has to. There's no choice at this point. It has to redeem. It has to repair. Cause I'm not gonna front. I was losing all hope with it. Man, they don't have no early shows for it tomorrow. It's all late. Let me see this thing probably packed out. I'm probably too late. Booking are unavailable for this show. Yeah, it's packed.
Focus on one thing, brother.
No, bro.
That movie.
Let me look at this. Let me see 11. I can't. I'm going fishing. Oh, that one got some movies. I ain't going to no 11 o'clock show. I'll catch it. I wait till my baby.
It's rated R?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a hard R.
Yeah. Okay. But let me know what time you said 4 o'clock. They don't have any 4 o'clocks my way, man.
Yeah, I'll be there at 4.
Yeah, you lucky. I don't got no 4 o'clocks my way. And I took off work tomorrow. I'm going fishing Saturday, so I'm be on a ditch. So I'll catch it Sunday or Tuesday when the wife get back. I don't know. We'll see. Anything else before we get into what you've been gaming on? Oh, that settles it. Let's go.
Yeah. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 What you been been gaming on? What you been gaming on? Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on.
Okay. What? Oh, I had the wrong date in. I was looking at Thursday night. That's tonight. So I need to go tomorrow.
One thing at a time, like I said.
K-Bun, let me live in my excitement. Don't do that. Don't ruin it for me. Don't ruin it for me, K-Bun. I gotta go see this tomorrow. I's going to see it tomorrow. Yes, I is. Picking my seat right now. $15. That's too much. I'm gonna wait till Tuesday. I'm joking.
Backed out real quick.
No, I'm going to see it. 1 o'clock. So I may go earlier than that. I may not go to the. Yeah, I'm going to that screen. So who want to go first? What you been gaming on? K-Bum,
Yeah,
Keith
I go
Lawrence.
first.
Okay, all right.
I'll go first. Okay, so what I've been gaming on. Should I get the new game out the way? I'll say the new game for last. Okay, I'll talk about the game I love. So I've been gaming on the one of the greatest games ever created by mankind. Just the love affair that's being happened here is just it's so beautiful. I am still loving NCAA football 25. These guys put their foot all up in this game. This game was made with love. The details in this game is absolutely amazing. I mean, the level of detail, brother. So let me give you an example of the level of details and love and care they put into this game. If you play a night game with the UCF College, UCF being the University of Central Florida, if you play a night home game in Central Florida, there is a event that may occur, and it has to be a night game. And what may occur is that you may actually see the one of the rockets from SpaceX going off, and the announcer actually calls it out. That if you look to your right, you'll see in Cape Canaveral one of the SpaceX rockets going off, and they put that in the game, like like that level of detail of love and care that they put into the game to make each team, every location, every stadium feel unique is just chef's kiss. So that's what I've been playing on. I've been enjoying the crap out of it. It is a child. It feel like childhood again because this is what I used to play back in the day. I enjoyed Madden, but being a college football player myself, I never made it to the league. I played college football. And like I said, I was in a college football game, but neither here nor there. So many years ago, this was my love was college football, and so be able to do it again and play and and play with Michigan and some other schools and have all the different details in the game. I love it. So that's what I've been gaming on. Second, I tried something different. I tried something different. There was a beta this weekend, and I said, you know what? I'm having this little love affair with college football, uh, but let me go ahead and try this beta. I tried Concord this weekend.
Oh, I was wondering.
Yeah, they had a beta this weekend. I went ahead and tried it. Um, it's different. It is not Overwatch. It doesn't feel like Overwatch. It feels it feels like Apex. It feels like a shooter. Here's the problem with Overwatch. When people don't understand who don't play Overwatch. Overwatch doesn't feel like a shooter. They've been doing more and more. They've been trying to make it feel more like a shooter. With some of the changes they made in the game for Overwatch 2. But the Concord feels like a shooter first. And I think it does have a little bit of it is first person, so I know you wouldn't enjoy that too much. But it doesn't feel bad. It actually plays pretty nice. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's something that some hardcore people can get into. I think it is a good for me. It may be a good game to play when I need a break because Overwatch used to be that game. I used to play Overwatch in between playing 2K or playing Madden or playing FIFA or playing other games. I would use Overwatch to kind of break from that if I needed to do something else before I get back into something else. It was Overwatch, and it was good enough to be a main game. But I think Concord is fun. It's the ability. It feels like it feels more of a shooter than Overwatch does, but it has some unique abilities that just makes it feel unique and different. It doesn't feel like a run of the mill hero shooter. It does feel unique enough that it's its own game. Uh, and so yeah, I thought it was. I didn't have fun the first time because I was learning the characters. I would have had more fun because I like winning. So I wasn't winning, so that was a big part. I wasn't having fun. I wasn't winning. But they don't have um a mode where you can test out your character's abilities. You can only test out the abilities in live action in the actual game. There's no training mode. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. There's no training mode to test your character's abilities before you go and actually play against other humans. And so I'm just trying to learn all these abilities during the actual game, and I'm playing bad because I don't know how to play the game. So I think if they added that, that would help to let you to give you time to, kind of find your character. But I think it's a good game. I think I may end up trying it out when it comes out. It was fun enough to catch my attention, and it's only $40 for the full game. And that $40 gives you every new character that comes out. You get it for free, so it's not like a battle pass where you have to play the battle pass in order to get the character. So for $40, it may be, and if they support it, it may be good enough to enjoy. I thought it was good. Have fun.
Okay, all right. I will be going to see it at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Just letting y'all know. I got that Dolby Digital. Anyway,
10 in the morning?
Keith. Yeah, 10 in the morning, man. I'm going to get up and take my.
Good.
Yeah. So I get to see it before K-Bomb. I can spoil it.
Well, I was just saying so you won't go to sleep. 10
You
at
know
night.
what?
10 at night.
Where my slap you? Slap yourself. There you go. Take that. Take that. Thought you were supposed to be tired tonight. You ain't too tired.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you very much.
All right, the
'cause
floor is
we talking about
yours.
Sleepy Joe, sleepy leveled.
Ain't that messed up, man?
Joe,
But see,
Dozing,
K-Bomb
Dozing
Keith.
Donald.
Wait a minute. So let's be real. Like your boy has taken on a lot over the years. Y'all know what's up, so don't do me like that. So when I finally do sit down, it goes where it goes. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, it goes where it goes.
I'm the exact same way.
So y'all lucky ain't right now. so go ahead. So go ahead, Keith. It's your floor.
That's funny.
Oh man. To continue my Nintendo trend, I really just
Oh,
been on my Switch. Been still playing Splatoon.
oh yeah,
I
that's
went,
right.
yeah, I went ahead and completed the main game. It wasn't bad. I like the bosses on the Splatoon games, and I thought they had some pretty good. Well, this one didn't have amazing bosses, but been on that, and I've also been on Salmon Run. My computer just went black. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Everything just went back. I just try to keep it, keep it going. Yeah. So I've been on that Salmon Run heavy as of late. It's been still good. I think you got K1 probably won't because he probably don't have the game anymore. But level, you probably should jump back in. The net code seems to be working just fine. I've rarely have seen a drop game now, which is crazy. And then I got back on.
Is there still a lot of people trying to play?
Man, there's so many people still playing that game.
Wow.
That game. I think didn't it sell like 10 or 15 million?
It's up there. It's around
Yeah,
there.
it's people play that heavy, and they hard to play, man. I don't even go to the multiplayer no more. I'm good. I
Learn
I
your
look
lesson.
I learned my lesson. I know where I'm supposed to be, and it ain't over here. I'm gonna kill these salmon, get these salmon eggs. Uh, then I also been on Luigi's Mansion 3. So when I played this game originally, I was in between getting my house and staying with my mom until I got my house and I was ready to move out. So I was playing on one of her TVs. So now I'm playing Luigi's Mansion on my TV. I never even thought about it. Once I was done with it, I was done with it. So I've been playing that, and oh my god, this game does look good. Going back to that video you posted up
Yeah,
with Digital
Digital
Foundry,
Foundry. Yeah.
they literally said Luigi's Mansion was the best looking Switch game. So I'm playing it, and I'm like, they weren't kidding. That game is beautiful. It's
Really?
fun. Yeah, they
It
said it's the
is.
best looking because of the lighting and what they're doing with the
Yeah.
shadows, the skin,
The bloom on the
texture, and
skin.
all
Yeah.
that.
All that. Yeah.
Yeah, just Luigi. They just said they doing everything in Luigi's Mansion. So I'm kind of going back through that game as well. Is there anything else? I don't really think there's. I mean, I'm still playing Metroids, both of them, but not. I haven't been on them as much since I've been playing those games. And I do want to say this before I go, before I pass the mic. I am about to get my Game Pass back.
Oh,
There's there are 3 games that I'm looking at.
let me know.
I can't even pronounce his first one. Kanitsu Gami, Path of the Goddess.
Okay.
That's that Capcom game. I think that's Capcom. Yeah, that's that Capcom game. Looks Fuego. Dungeons, Dungeons of Hinterberg. My gosh, if you don't know
What is
them,
it called again?
Dungeons of
Hold on.
Hinterberg.
Let me see if I can find
Ne-
this stuff.
Never heard of it, bro.
Yeah.
They had it on one of the Xbox things or whatever. Looks amazing. And then lastly, y'all should know this one, Flintlock.
Yeah, that's the one that I actually said during the Xbox's little conference that looked interesting. That's the one with the gods. The little god was telling you to kill other gods, mate, but he's a god, right?
It's a she.
So she, well, no,
Yeah.
not the main character, but the thing is talking to you.
Oh,
The main character is it's like a black woman, right? Something like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a little thing talking to you. I don't know what it is, but it's talking about killing gods, and that's the thing that's what I'm referring to.
What is
Well,
it?
brother, I am gonna find out for you.
What is it called again? What's the 3 games again?
Let's see. So Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn,
I seen that.
Dungeons of Hinterberg,
I seen that. What's the last one?
and Kanitsu Gami, Path of the Goddess. That's that crazy looking Capcom game. But the
Yeah,
screenshots,
I don't know if I want to play that game.
well,
Yeah, I'm good on
the
that game.
beauty of Game Pass. No, let me say it right. The power of Game Pass.
The
Yeah.
power of Game Pass. Look
Yeah,
at
I'm
you.
good on that one. That game kind of looks it looks amazing, but I don't all them weird. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that game.
Tuh.
Yeah.
Also, they finally just put a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 in there too
Yes, that is
on
true. I
Game
did hear
Pass.
about that.
So I might even mess with that. That's probably like what a 200 gig download. What is this thing? What is it looking like?
Sound
What is
like
this?
that.
Yeah.
217 gigs. My God.
Lordy, lordy, lordy.
The weather has been bad in my area and it's affecting yeah, because I keep seeing it grow and then it drops. So it must be affecting a few people because we get up to a few numbers, then it drop back down. What else you been gaming on, Keith?
That's it. That's it.
Okay, so for me, I primarily been playing Star Wars Survivor. I did get off the first stage. I am currently
Yay.
Yeah, let me get some claps. That's a bomb. This game made me think of the question. I was gonna ask it tonight, but I guess I wait until I get a little farther into the title. Has games really caught up to movies and storytelling? Like I know we've talked about it, but this is really the storytelling in this is
It's
good.
really, it is.
And it made me think back to games like Uncharted 2, Uncharted 4, and other games that really tell compelling stories that kind of rival the stories and plots of movies and the acting as well. God of War was well acted, storyline.
Amazingly acted.
Right. So I was going to ask the question, are movies starting to rival or has it surpassed in some ways? Have some of these games surpassed the storytelling in movies, actual movies? And but I'll say that for another time. I'm gonna get a little farther, but pretty much that's all I've been playing is that. I plan on going back to finalize Metroid Prime. I'm going ahead and get past these Troids on this stage, get into Metroid Prime. They ticked me off so much I haven't even picked the game back up. That's how mad I was about the Metroids. But I'm gonna go back in before my muscle memory leave, and I gotta learn the control all over again. Cause it took me so long to learn the controls for Survivor. I pretty much got it down packed now. I'm back to where I was, but I'm scared when I get back on the Switch, I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna have forgotten because the GameCube, the Switch just controls the button layout and what they want you to do is just totally opposite from Sony, and it's hard to go back and forth because Nintendo wants you to push, I think, O and the I guess the right button. PlayStation wants you to push the X on or the bottom button is, yeah. So, but that's pretty much all I played. I've been playing through that. I'm pretty much, what did I get to? So I'm going to the house of the guy that owns the ship that I'm on, and I had to
Okay.
mess with them oil and get the oils and up and all that stuff, and it's pretty dope. One thing I don't like is the respawning. So when I go to a meditation spot, I don't even respawn no more. I just meditate for the purpose of saving. Don't give me no energy. And they need to figure out a way, because sometimes, like I said, trying to relearn the controls, I was utilizing my power up, my what's the word? My re-energize, the way it re-energizes you, the little nugget that the little bot gives you that re-energizes you, give you more energy. And they give you 3 capsules that they give you for that. I was accidentally eating them things up. I'm like, man, I didn't mean to push up.
Yes.
And that was freaking
that was a
ticking
problem.
me
That's
off.
a huge problem.
Yeah, and I'm like, if I just did it and I don't need it, if I accidentally push up,
don't give it to me again.
Don't give it to me. I just ate one. And
save me from myself.
There you go. So I'm getting ticked. I'm getting mad. I'm like, I can't get mad at nobody but me. But I'm still trying to learn these controls, how to on the bot to zoom in on stuff, and I was pushing the wrong. So I finally figured out, because I ate up all my stuff so much. By the time I got to the enemies to fight, I didn't have no life to continue the battle. And I was like, this is ticking me off. And I do feel, I don't know how you feel about this, K-Bump. I do feel, what's the protagonist's name? What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. The dude that you're playing. What is his name?
I don't think. Great question.
Whatever his name is.
Kelsis.
I don't know.
Kelsis. Yeah.
The Jedi.
Cal Kestis.
Cal Kestis. Okay. The Jedi
That's
that
it.
you're
That's
using.
it.
Cal. Okay. So Cal, to me, sometimes he can be wonky in controls. Like.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right then. Okay. Then
Absolutely. I wouldn't even argue on that. Sometimes it's like, what are you doing, sir?
Like he's not glued to the ground. Like wait a minute.
It gets weird. It does.
It gets
I agree with you.
yeah, janky. Like, man, he's controlling terrible. All right, buddy. I lost all track of what I was doing because you did what you. I don't know what you just did, but you did it, and I got hit. So don't get hit again. Blocked, sir. But I'll be honest with you.
Be honest.
I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed Jedi Is it Fallen?
Fallen Order.
Oh,
Fallen
Fallen Order.
Order.
Yeah.
I really did. I really enjoyed it. I do like the open worldness of this one. It's a lot more open. Like when you get off, the first part seems to be linear, just like the first one was. Once you get to this second world,
It completely opens up.
it opens up.
Yeah, it does.
But I don't know. I don't know if I'm vibing yet, man. It's like,
It took me a while to vibe.
okay, all right, then I don't feel
It
bad.
took me a while. You give it time, and then you when it'll pick up and you'll get
Okay,
into it.
because I'm like, man, it's just not. I'm still like charring. Like I'm trying to feel the fun and connection, and I'm not
Yeah.
feeling it yet. In the first one, it
It was
did.
easy.
It was like that for a little while, but it finally just grabbed you. It ain't.
Yep.
It hasn't grabbed me. Storyline, it hasn't grabbed me.
Give it time.
But you could tell it's okay. So give it time. All right. So that was the
You
only
give
thing.
it time.
The story is good, but the gameplay really hasn't grabbed me yet. But
It
we'll
picks
get
up.
there. All right, cool. So that's all I've been gaming on. And like I said, I plan on. I want to beat this, and then my next venture will be Elden Ring. I'm gonna try to go back and rebuild on that. So y'all keep laughing, but I'm dead serious on this. I'm not joking. I'm going back to Elden Ring. I'm gonna give it a real shake, an educated, prepared approach. So, but that's all I've been gaming on. So we can get into our topics for tonight. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with Wolverine? Do we want to start with Microsoft struggles? Do we want to start with Grand Theft Auto 6?
Microsoft slander? Yes, let's start off with Microsoft slander.
So let's start with Microsoft. We gonna go straight into Microsoft. Okay, so well, who shared that article? Who shared
I
that?
shared it. I shared it.
Okay, so maybe I'm gonna let you take the lead on that.
Oh no. Oh
yeah.
no.
I'm
Oh,
gonna pull it up.
yeah.
Which one you want me to pull up? Which article? Was the one with the black guy on the front, or the one prior to that?
The black guy has the full. It's the full article though.
Yeah, that's the full article.
So go to that one.
The other one was the Twitter, the post on Twitter from Tom Warren.
Yeah, and it took like highlights of the whole full conversation.
So I'll go to the full conversation then. So all right, I'm gonna pull it in. So I'm gonna read. Do you have it up, Keith, or do you want me to read it?
If you don't mind, brother.
I always
If
want
you
to hear
don't
level
mind.
read.
If you don't mind.
You always like to hear level here. K-Ball,
Oh,
stop fronting, K-Ball. Straight up.
I'm hating. I'm
Straight
hating.
up
I ain't
front
gonna
like
front.
a mug.
I'm hating.
I don't read too bad now. Don't do me like
No,
that.
no. You ain't too bad, but sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. And I haven't proofread.
You have your days.
I haven't proofread through this one, so it's really when it's punctuated all stupid. And that's what be throwing me off. I guess I accept it. Come on. No, I don't want to subscribe to nothing. Just move out the way, sir.
What's up, Chariot man? What's up, homie?
Welcome to the show. All right, so let me go down. All right, so set this up, Keith, and then I'll read the article.
All right. So I was just kind of getting on Twitter and listening to some videos, and I just kind of overheard that Microsoft has ran out of funds or don't have the funds to market their games. And it kind of reminded me of Hellblade 2 when, you had a lot of people talking about, hey, why aren't they marketing this game and so on and so forth. And then this conversation happens on Twitter with Tom Warren. And like Kayvon was saying, there are some highlights of levels going to read here in a minute. But apparently Microsoft doesn't have the money to fund their games, and they even go.
Hold on.
I know what you're gonna say. Yes,
No. You're using the language of saying they don't have the money. It's not that they don't have
They're
the
not
money.
allocating it.
They're not allocating the money.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why I would just make it clear, because I think that's the point that we're trying to make. They're not allocating the money to them. They have it. They got stacks on stacks on stacks. big daddy big bucks, but they not gonna allocate it to to them.
Big Daddy,
Yeah,
big
he's
bucks.
100%. He's right. But I just want to say this when he said he didn't say this, but in the article, Sony's PlayStation is the brand's biggest competitor in the console market, and regrettably, they outspend us. They're blessed
Okay.
with marketing funds that we're just not able to enjoy, but that's totally fine. We adopt what I would call a more fiscal, responsible
Uh,
approach to media investments.
So let
It's
me, I
very,
guess.
very interesting.
So
Very
let me
interesting.
read this. So Xbox marketing boss on why it has to be tenacious to fight for funds. By being scrappy and avoiding the conventional, Xbox helped is a
Bromley. Bromley. Hmm.
Bromley FC get promoted to the football league for the first time in its 152-year history, while tripling the number of people who downloaded Football Manager 2024. Is this the article? Because this is one I
Yeah,
got.
this article.
Despite being owned by one of the biggest businesses in the world,
world,
Xbox's
world, world, world. Sorry.
EMEA, which stands for what? Y'all kind of
Uh,
put it in the thing.
Yeah, it stands for Europe, Middle, the Middle East and Africa.
So it's middle. So ME is Middle East. Okay. So Europe,
Middle East.
Middle East, and Africa. EMEA marketing boss says the brand needs to be quite scrappy when it comes to securing marketing investment. From a funding point of view, we need to work really hard against our competition, says EMEA marketing director Michael Flatt. Okay. Sony's PlayStation is the brand's biggest competitor in the console market, and regrettably, this is what Keith just read, they outspend us, Flatt says. They're blessed with marketing funds that uh, we're just not able to enjoy. But that's totally fine. We adopt what I would call a more physical responsibility or physical responsible approach to
Fiscally.
media. Physically, that's why I be getting tired because this stuff don't be reading, making no kind of sense. I would call a more physically responsible approach to media investments. While Microsoft's Xbox started life following the traditional console business model, a core element of its strategy now comes in its subscription service, Game Pass, which offers a wide selection of games to download across its Xbox console, PC, and other platforms. We're not blessed with huge media budgets, so we have to be quite scrappy, really, and quite tenacious to fight for funds that would probably go somewhere else, he tells Marketing Week. But the scrappiness, coupled with a freedom to experiment, means the brand is able to come up with ideas that punch above their weight. That's the article. So, from this, Mr. Flatt is saying Microsoft is holding that checkbook back, and we got to figure out ways to make the Xbox competitive when
Daddy,
Sony
daddy
is
big bucks.
out marketing them. That's crazy. So what's your thoughts? Let's go with it. What's your thoughts?
Do they
You want to
not
go?
believe in their games? Like, do they think they're going to sell themselves if people don't know about it? And just to be clear, is this only in that market? I just want to make sure that you're not. This doesn't have anything to do with the U.S., right? Or is this all around Microsoft?
It,
It
it's
said it said Europe, so Europe is
so
not small.
No,
so
it's not.
we don't know exactly. Um, we don't know exactly if this is the same thing is happening to the U.S. But what we do know is that he identifies certain things like counsel is that they're not giving the money to the council part of the marketing. So we could imply, and I do say we're implying here, that this may also reach back over the pond to America. And the point I want to make in mind is that we can reasonably make the assumption that this also refers to America because we stated ourselves as well when Hellblade 2 got ready to come out, we saw little to no advertising. And that was the biggest game for them, and we had not. There was no, this was the game that they first showed the console, so you would expect there to be some hoopla around this, and it was not there. So I think we can make that assumption because we are implying that they also mean um, that
America.
they also mean America. But this article is, I want to make sure we're being clear, strictly talking about the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region.
Well, I would say I don't think it's America because they are struggling in those markets. They are struggling in Europe. They're struggling in the Middle East and in Africa because Sony is dominating Europe. Nintendo and Sony is. So,
That's true.
but at the same time, it seems to be a question, like you said, K-Bum, that we must ask even of America because it seems like they slacking even on the market in here. So it may be more egregious there, but it seems to be there seems to be some coherence with that here. So cohesion in their approach to market here as well, that they're not spending the money that they need to competitively compete with Sony. So I'm gonna say this: they're just. I mean, they really don't compete in those markets. So they not out. Europe is dominated by PlayStation. Always has been. I don't think the Xbox does really great outside of America. It has never got.
They do decent in Europe, but they don't excel in Europe.
That's what I'm saying. But now you have Sony still consistent, and now you have Nintendo with the Switch, who is dominating almost on par with Sony now, if not more, in that market, which leaves little to no room for the Xbox. So that's what's shocking me is Europe. It's not shocking to me with the Middle East and Africa. That it doesn't shock me that they're not as advantageous or as what's the word as driven to market there. But it seemed like they just outside of America, they not really. Microsoft don't with the Xbox doesn't really have a market. I'm not. I can't back that up factually, but it seems that way. That's what I would say. It seems that Microsoft is. I think we can back that up factually. Microsoft really doesn't have a grip in these markets outside of America, and they really don't have a grip here. So
That's what I was going to ask.
So I don't know what the brother expect. I don't know.
Well, my question is, with the acquisitions that they've been doing, all the money that they've been spending, to me, it almost sounds like they don't even want to keep putting money toward this machine that they're building. Because I feel like if they didn't do Activision, Blizzard, King, and all the other, what all came with that, the ABK, if they didn't do that, maybe we would see more advertising because they would have a little bit more flexible wallet. Now, of course, we know they got a treasure chest of money, but they've been doing a lot of stuff. And like the 3 games that I just mentioned, if you didn't watch those Xbox, what are they called? Xbox Showcase?
Showcase,
If you didn't watch those and you're not really in the ecosystem, you would have forgotten about these games. And really, they're kind of relying on word of mouth. Because to be honest, I don't really see a lot of stuff on Flintlock. People are calling it a AA game, but still, it's a wonderful looking title that they should be showcasing versus the stuff that they have showcased in the past.
True.
And then Hellblade, as much time, money, and effort that they spent into that, there was little to nothing shown about it. Like you want these, you got this Game Pass thing, but you're not telling people to come play the game because they don't know that it exists. Or they don't know when it's coming out. Like it's weird over there. But
That's weird.
that the acquisitions kind of really made them regroup and change the way they were budgeting. So now these studios are having to figure it out on their own. What Phil got to say? Phil say anything?
I, nah, I don't think Phil touching this because it's not directly relating to America, right? This is kind of talking about, and it's a small article. It's not even that big of an article. It's just making waves because it's Microsoft making a open statement saying to the public that we're not doing that we're being outspent spent by Sony. And
Yep.
I take that statement being they're being outspent everywhere. I don't think that statement that Sony is outspending them was directed just to that region, the Europe, Middle East, and
EMEA.
Africa. Yeah, I don't believe
EMEA.
it's. Thank you, sir.
EA.
Thank you. EMEA. I don't think that
Europe,
comment was
Midwest. Yeah.
just relating to that particular area. I think that Sony is outspending them everywhere. Um, and it's not just one particular spot. So to keep point, he made a very good point, and I want to touch on that. Is that it almost feels like they don't want to support this box,
Yeah.
right? I've seen more advertisement for Microsoft and on Amazon Fire
Man.
Stick than I have for Hellblade 2.
That's true.
And, and the whole thing with behind that is that you can play without the console, right? And so I thought that was very interesting. I like his take that maybe Microsoft, because even in the article it stated console. It wasn't
Right.
just generic, and he also talked about Game Pass again,
What a
right? Which is not directly implicates the console itself, but it also stresses the PC and any of the cloud gaming
right.
spaces.
Well, to co-sign what you're saying, K-Bum, clearly Microsoft is invested in Xbox, the brand, because you don't go buy Activision, you don't go buy Bethesda, you don't spend 70-something $billion and not be invested in something. So I think that distinction and that kind of isolation of counsel and couple that with what Keith just said makes all the sense in the world. They are done with the counsel aspect. They're not investing to sell Xboxes. And that's why. Well, real quick, and that's where it go back to: are they about to rebrand themselves and go away from the box to Microsoft Gaming and Game Pass? Because that seems to be the next step. But go ahead, Keith.
Yeah, just real quick. Let's look at some models that exist today with the other streaming services. Do they really advertise like that? When you think about Netflix, do they really advertise outside of Netflix? Like I see stuff on social media, people talking about it. You might see something pop up on YouTube, but really the advertisement happens when I turn on Netflix. Or am I wrong? Because I'm thinking
For
if
the
game
service, or the movies that they have, which way
the
are you
movies that
talking?
they have, like they got new things coming out.
They
Where do you
advertise pretty
usually
good. I get a lot of advertising when they got
you do? Okay.
blockbusters coming out, like with Foley. There's a lot of advertising around Foley. It was a lot of advertising around Will Smith.
Where?
Like I was getting it on YouTube and getting it on well, X now, but Twitter. So I don't know.
So I was gonna also say to you that I see it on YouTube.
Yeah, I
I
see a
don't
lot on
see it,
you.
I don't see it anywhere else. I see it on YouTube as far as the ads for Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't see Netflix ads on regular television. It's pretty
No,
much
no, okay, yeah,
YouTube.
no. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Most of mine's phone related. So YouTube, X a little bit, and maybe Facebook, but mostly primarily YouTube. Anytime they get a movie, I get like And then and Netflix kind of send me their own was notifications and alerts when new stuff was coming out to watch the trailer for it and all that stuff. But no, do I see it on TV? No, but I cut the cord so long ago. I don't know what cable's showing at this point. So I don't. My YouTube, I don't even have commercials because I don't. I get I got the subscription, so I don't have to even watch commercials. So I don't know commercial wise, far as I don't know. That's hard for me to answer, but I do get a lot of alerts when they have new movies. I get a lot of alerts from YouTube, and then maybe when I'm on X, I come across Netflix stuff here and there, and Disney as well. Same stuff, same way. So I don't know if that answers your question, Keith, but
Well, I
it's
was just
got
wondering where y'all see it at because typically when I turn on that particular service, whether it's Max or well, Max does a pretty good job. I don't think I can include them, but like Netflix or Disney or something like that, I usually don't find out what they got going on until I turn on that service. So I'm
okay.
wondering if they're going to try to go down that same path, and if it's even sustainable with gaming though, because I think gaming needs a quicker return than film. I think film you don't have to move as quickly
Well,
because games cost well they cost about the same nowadays.
yeah, and I would
Honestly,
say too, Netflix is so well established into dude, it's Netflix and chill. Like they so into the culture and into the minds and the mindshare of people, they don't have to do anything. Cause everybody has Netflix. Disney tried to compete. Disney realizing they can't compete. That's why you starting to see adult stuff, mature stuff, and new shows. They had to even come. They had to change their approach to streaming. They thought just putting up Disney movies and Marvel and all the stuff that they was getting that was going to be enough, and people would just no. What Netflix offers is hard to compete with. So even Disney had to change their approach to where they got mature rated stuff on Disney.
Yes, that is true.
So,
that's true. Yes.
so for Microsoft to think that they don't have to market, I don't care if it's Xbox console, I don't care if it's Game Pass. They don't have the mind share to just like Netflix. Netflix is Apple when it comes to streaming. It's Apple. Apple might not have to. They so intricate, so integrated and woven and weaved into mindshare. They don't have to do a whole lot to get you to look their way. Microsoft ain't there with not with Xbox anyway. Maybe PC and all that stuff, but not Xbox and the game division. They got a market. So it really don't make honestly. It really doesn't make any sense either way it go to not put money in your marketing. It really doesn't make sense even if they trying to go away from the console. You gotta market Game Pass. You gotta market so it's still marketing. So, but he did this. He did kind of isolate council. So I don't know if he mean across the board or just solely council because they losing all the way across the board in my opinion. And when it comes to their game division, they can't afford to not market to me. Not like Netflix. Go ahead though. Who wants the floor?
No,
I hope
I
so.
agree. But I think it's not that they are trying to get by without marketing. I feel they're trying not to throw money at a losing cause.
Got you.
that's that's kind of how I feel at it. I feel that when you got your main guy saying that we're kind of always going to be in third place. What's the real reason of throwing these millions and dollars to be in third place anyway? And so that's why I kind of think it's just them. Because when it comes to budgeting, right, those decisions are made higher up. So that those are big decisions being made by the very important people, and they're looking at the return on investment. That's a very corporate word to use. There are ROI, which return on investment, and they're not seeing it. So why continue to pump millions and millions into that particular area if we're not going to overtake anything? If we're not going to get that money back in a different space. And so that's what I see when I see
Yeah.
them toning down or being more stingy on the budgeting side. Because hopefully they're putting money to what they think can help them win, which is hopefully to make great games. But I just feel like they keep just making accessories for the console. For a console that they don't market, they do create a lot of different accessories for it. Even the Deadpool and Wolverine controllers with the big butts on them. Like, who asked for that?
Which man.
Who asked
Anyway,
for that?
keep going. I don't even want to stop
Who,
to protest, but go keep going.
who asked for that? Well, Microsoft said, you know what? Let's throw our money there instead of marketing these games that we have our studios making. So it's just, I don't know.
Because if you play anywhere, you're gonna need controllers to play anywhere. You see what I'm saying? So if you
But
playing on the Fire Stick, you playing on the PC,
true.
you need they can sell them Xbox controllers. They just can't sell that box. Anyway, pause. But
That's
Whoa.
I caught what I said. I was thinking about Joe Budden podcast when they got into that argument. I just I thought anyway. So
For the record,
um,
I asked for those controllers. I was first in line saying, you know what would be dope?
stop. Stop.
You know what
Stop
would
it. Stop it.
that's a great idea.
Stop it,
but
Keith.
let me ask this though. Doesn't it still not make any sense? Because if you are trying to get away from the box and you try to go to Game Pass, with this dude, if he's over marketing, he didn't say he over just marketing Xbox, the system, he's over marketing all the way around, wouldn't you think? Xbox marketing boss on why it has to be tenacious to fight for funds, being scrappy and avoiding the conventional. So is he just fighting for funds in general or just to promote the council? We trying to say it's council, but it seems like it may just be in general.
Yeah, it might. I don't know.
He did stay. He does stay counsel in the article.
Yeah, I know.
He,
But
he does state it. So I mean, it's hard to imply something else when he clearly states counsel. Um, but yeah, I get. I heard what you're
let
saying.
me read this part. It said, despite being owned by one of the biggest businesses in the world, Xbox's MEEA marketing boss says the brand needs to be quite scrappy when it comes to securing marketing investment. So even in that statement, he really doesn't refer to the council here. Now, when you get down into it, funding from a funding point of view, we need to work really hard against our competition, says marketing director Michael Flatt. Sony's PlayStation is the brand's biggest competitor in the console market. So that really does not say it's referring to the physical box. PlayStation is their biggest competitor in this market. If we just move console out the way, it's still their
But the
biggest.
next article does state that he calls out PlayStation directly. He says that they're blessed with marketing funds that we're not able to enjoy.
Right. I'm
And so and
agreeing.
so and so he is talking about the consoles because he's talking about PlayStation directly.
But PlayStation is their direct competitor in this market.
And in the gaming
Yes,
space.
in the gaming space. So he might say council market, meaning gaming. I think, and remember, I'm taking that he's overseas. So he may say council, we may say gaming, he may say councils. But I'm wrestling with if he's just referring to marketing that black box and that white box, the S and the X, or is he saying he's finding it hard to secure funds for marketing Xbox in this area in general? It is a question. I don't know.
I'm trying to understand the difference because marketing the actual console and marketing the gaming space is still the same thing.
Right.
So
Marketing the brand is console and Game Pass. So is he? I'm thinking he's saying marketing the brand because he said PlayStation is the biggest, is the brand's biggest competitor in the console market, and regrettably they outspend us. So they're blessed with marketing funds that we're just not able to enjoy. But that's totally fine. We adapt what I would call a more physically responsible approach to media investment. So is he really just talking about the councils, or is he talking about the brand itself? While Microsoft's Xbox started life following the traditional console business model, a core element of its strategy now comes into
okay, I'm trying to
subscription
understand.
services.
When you're saying the brand itself, you're referring to because I refer to Xbox brand as in all of gaming. So that's everything that they do.
That's everything
So
that they do.
that's the first party games that they have. That's Game
Yes,
Pass.
that's
That's the
everything.
console itself.
Cause you don't.
So
If
I
I'm
think he's talking about gaming, the
well, yeah,
gaming
that's what
space
I'm
as a
saying. He's
whole.
talking about gaming as a whole. Cause okay, forget if you you might not be because you still gotta sell Game Pass. So let's say you gotta pitch these games. It really ain't even about the system. If you don't have money to pitch the games, you can't sell the system nor the pass. Cause you don't even have look what we said. Where was the marketing for Hellblade? The game, the software.
MIA.
MIA. So how can you sell console and how can you sell Game Pass if you have no software, commercials, and marketing to make anybody want either of the two? So I think he's saying we have been shrunk down even in just marketing the brand in Europe, in Middle East, and in Africa. We have little to no money. We have to be scrappy. We have to fight for attention. We got to come up with clever ways to keep this brand viable and relevant in this market. And Microsoft is not even competing with Sony in this market. Because it's not just the PlayStation 5. They got to sell the games too.
Right, but that's what I was. I guess that's what I was referring to when I was in my conversation. I was referring to it all. I was referring to everything that they do.
Yes.
As far as Microsoft, not just the console itself, but everything they do as Microsoft, they're having issues with that.
So when we said
it doesn't
council,
make any sense to isolate it.
That's what I was saying. Because I know earlier we said we think it just referred to council, but I think now we're saying I think it's all encompassing. Everything that they do, Microsoft has been stingy with funds to market, and I think it is reflective in the impact, and it may go to has. So I guess the better question, Keith, you asked the question: has Microsoft given up on the boxes? I'm gonna say, has Microsoft forfeited this generation and are regrouping?
No, because I think the brand that they're dealing with now, the brand is Game Pass.
Right. So regrouping. That's what I mean by regrouping. If the traditional marketing, they going away. Like I'm just looking at the way that they worded this. When it comes to securing market investment, from a funding point of view, we need to work really hard against our competition, says Michael Flint. Sony PlayStation is the biggest brand competitor in console market, and regrettably, they outspend us. They're blessed with marketing funds that we're just not able to enjoy, but that's totally fine. We adapt what I call a more physically responsible approach to media investment. And what did they say? Yeah, here. While Microsoft Xbox started off life following the traditional console business model, a core element of its strategy now comes in its subscription service. So it seems like Microsoft is pulling back and retooling, rethinking, and strategizing their approach to gaming business. So they're not putting money in the same message, the same traditional message. It seems like they are regrouping to push a new message, a new front that's going to be non-traditional. So what's the point of marketing that way when we're not going? That's not our approach anymore. Is it physical? Physically? What was I saying?
Fiscally, yeah.
Physically. Okay. I might have been saying that wrong. Thank you, Nick, because he's like, she emphasized physically. Okay, so it seems like they are regrouping, pulling back, and so that's what I mean. Are they giving up on this generation? They're not catching They're not catching PlayStation.
Okay. So let me jump on this.
Okay.
I don't think they're giving up on this generation. They have spent billions on this generation, and yes, they're setting up for the future.
Yeah, I think that's.
But they have spent billions. So
Yeah.
I am not going to say that they're giving up on this generation. It's hard for me to agree with that statement. I don't feel that. I feel they're reassessing
for the future.
What's important. No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Okay, I think they're reassessing what's important, but I don't think they're giving up. I don't believe they're just setting up for the future. Is there some things that they're going to live without? Because you just
okay, physically. I'm saying physically. It's fiscally. Teach me, Nia. Teach me. All right, do I get an A on my assignment?
Heck no.
Fiscally. Okay, I got it now. Fiscally. Okay. Go ahead, Keith. K-Bun. My bad.
No point. Good. Thank you, Nia. No, but it's just that they're reassessing. I don't think it's a give up. I think it's a reassess,
Right.
or they're just understanding that we're third place, and so let's cut back some of this money because ain't no point in spending all this money to be in last place anyway.
Well,
But I don't. But I wouldn't say they're
maybe
they're
giving up is too. Maybe giving up is too
strong,
too broad, or too strong, too hard. When I'm saying giving up is we are not fighting to win this generation.
Yes, I would agree with you on that.
And we're reallocating, focusing so that when we rebrand, which they are rebranding themselves. When we push our new approach to gaming, then we will flood the market with that message, with that approach. Right now we are, and I guess that's why I'm saying we are foregoing this generation. We are what's the word? Settling or conceding on our position here. We are in third place. We don't see no way to change that. By the time they change that, this generation be over anyway. See what I'm saying? So PlayStation is coming with a PlayStation Pro. And clearly Microsoft is not trying to come with a Pro. They are going in a different direction. So
they're covering something because they already stated something's in the pipeline.
Yeah, they've been saying it, but they talking about what's her name over X? Well, I didn't think we'd be on this long, but she said something's coming at the end of the year. It seems like it's more tablet, more that geared. It's not a box. It's something more practical, but gonna be powerful. It doesn't sound like a box to me. It sounds almost like a tablet or something like that.
Right.
So clearly that's a different approach And then, like Keith, like you said, K Bum, they market and Fire Stick more than anything. And like you brought up, Keith and K Bum, they selling all these controllers. So, but you're not talking about this box. You're talking about
Box.
controllers. You're talking about what is the Xbox. You're not talking about the Xbox. You're not talking about the Series S. You're not talking about the Series X. But you're still selling controllers. You talking about the future, but current only thing you doing is buying up studios. So clearly they got a plan. It's just it's not going to come into fruition this generation. So any thoughts on that? I'm gonna read what Nia said. Give y'all Keith. I'm gonna give you the floor, Keith. I think they're in that awkward stage of trying to switch their focus, kind of like when Nintendo switched to the blue. Oh, right. Yes. I agree with that.
So
Bon,
with
go
that,
ahead, K Bon. I mean Keith.
so with that, it's hard being first. There you go. So what we're seeing is Microsoft trying to be first, and they're struggling. And then afterwards, people are going to be like, "Oh, Sony did it right, or Nintendo did it right," and Microsoft is bearing all the grunt of the growing pains of trying to make a streaming market service viable for not only their company but also for the developers, because we got to think about them in this as well, because so many studios closing and people getting laid off. So all of this is to make a better video game industry for everybody for years to come. There you have it. The end.
Okay.
Boom.
The end.
So any more thoughts on this? Or do we want to go ahead?
So I had a thought, and it's slightly different than this, but I wanted to talk about it last week. I didn't get a chance to. I am surprised that Microsoft has failed this bad this generation. Here's why. Our brother in Christ, Mister Jedi Knight, uh, wanted to. So I'll take it back. The new college football game, NCAA 25, or not NCAA, EA Sports 25, is only available on next gen consoles. You cannot play it on the PC. You cannot play it on the PS4. You cannot play it on the Xbox One. You have to have a next gen system, not Nintendo, a next gen system in order to play this game. And so my brother in Christ went out, and the cheapest way to get into next gen systems is what?
Yes.
Series X.
Xbox
I
Series
mean
X.
Series S.
S.
Series
S.
S.
The
S. S.
cheapest way to get into next gen gaming. He went out, and this game made him buy an Xbox
Or the
Series S.
Switch is next gen.
No, no, no,
He talking
no, sir.
about for that game.
No. It's not next gen. It's not.
It's a ninth
Next
generation system.
next gen games don't even come on the Switch.
K-Mo, don't let me
They
distract
skip
you.
it.
Keep stay your point.
Nah, you want to bring them up in this conversation. They
I'm messing
they
with you,
all
man.
135 million is a great job, but they ain't next gen anyway. So I struggled understanding, knowing that there's people like our brother in Christ Jedi
Why you
who
keep saying
who
brother in Christ?
I know. I feel like saying that. I don't know why. I just feel like saying that. That
I ain't mad at you. I'm just
he
trying to
just he
understand.
wanted he wants the next gen. You need a next gen system, and and that's the cheapest way to get into it. Like, he doesn't really care about the bells and whistles or the 4K and bleeding eye graphics. He just want to get the next gen to play this game. And so it surprises me that even with that, them being the only one offering a system that cheap, that they are still in the position they are. Is it that bad at Microsoft that people would say, "Nah, I'll spend another $200"?
I mean,
I just thought it would be that like that would have been their way, because and I'm not saying this in a bad way. So let's not take this in a bad way. That's one of the key selling points for Nintendo is that they come in a little bit cheaper than everybody else.
No,
And
that's not.
so
That's not the
it,
key,
it,
Bud.
they the Wii sold because it was cheap.
The Wii U was cheap too.
The Wii U was still more expensive than the Wii though.
Yeah, but the
It was like
Wii.
what a hundred at that point, like a $200 more than
Yeah,
the Wii because it had dropped. But it was
it
still it wasn't as expensive as what was it, $399,
it was 349
$349,
and
and the
three forty
PlayStation 4
nine
was
and
was
two.
was three was $399
It was 349 and 299.
and $299. Okay,
So
uh, but even in this generation, the Switch is $200 cheaper because it's what, $299, and the
yeah,
PlayStation is what, like $499 or
399.
$450. PlayStation $399.
Thought
I
it was
don't know. It's been so long.
399.
It's been so long since I bought a PlayStation.
Is it
Anyway,
499? Yeah, it's
no, four ninety
It's
nine.
399.
four. It's $4.99. I
Yeah,
think.
It's four ninety
499
nine.
for
Yeah,
the disc and 399 for the discless. Yes, you're correct.
but it was only $50 difference. So they changed it recently to drop it to 100. But anyway,
Okay.
it's that $200 price difference, which is a good selling point. It's a good selling point for the system. It's a good way to tell kids, no, this is $200 cheaper. And it just surprised me that Xbox has floundered this bad with being the cheapest entry into next gen. I don't know. It's just the
But
thought that I was having. I was trying to understand. I couldn't really
I don't
rationalize it. So that's kind of
because cheap has never been the reason why something won or didn't win. Microsoft problem is it doesn't have games. And that was their problem with the Xbox One. That was Nintendo problem with the Wii U. There was no games. That was Nintendo problem with the N64. It wasn't enough games. GameCube, not enough games. Failing. Wii come out, all kinds of games. Number one. Comes back to the Wii U, no games, no sales. PlayStation, games, sales. PlayStation 3, no games, no sales. So I don't really think it's a price issue.
I don't think you can just do that. PlayStation 3, it wasn't just the no games. It
It
was
was the price too.
absurdly priced.
Right. But
And because I said that
yeah.
was the first system that I did not get in launch because it was stupid expensive.
Yeah, it was stupid. So I could say I agree. PlayStation 3 was because it was too expensive. But I don't think a
Okay.
system
Okay.
I don't think a system being cheap doesn't equal win.
No, I don't. No.
Okay.
I didn't say that it equals that. What I'm saying it is a factor. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it equals. I'm not saying you
Okay.
you put it cheap, you automatically win. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
saying. What I'm saying that it is a factor that is a competitive advantage that you have against your competitors.
If you have games. I think the PlayStation 2 is an example of that. PlayStation wasn't PlayStation cheaper than, well, it was about the same
It
as
was two. It was $299. It was $299. It came in about the same price as Dreamcast.
oh, okay. From this angle, I'm gonna say power. It was I think they was all $299. I don't know what the Xbox
Yeah.
was. But power, PlayStation 2 was the weakest of the three.
Yes, it was weak.
But
Yeah, I
because it
agree with that.
had the games, it didn't matter that it was the weakest. It
It
had
also had
games.
it also had a DVD player. That's how I convinced my
That's true.
wife,
That's true. That's
my
true.
mom to get it because it had the DVD player. That was my selling point. But mom, we can watch movies.
So I don't know. I mean, you make a good point though. Man, we got to move on. But no, I
I know
didn't.
it was a thought. Maybe we
Yeah,
can
no,
say
it's a good thought. It's a good thought. It's a good thought. I'm gonna just say I agree. I did not see Microsoft losing this bad. They have managed to do worse than they did with the Xbox One.
I agree.
That's shocking. Because most learned their lesson and they have a bounce back year. I think Microsoft is the first, and I don't count the GameCube and the N64, because what Sony was doing was a what do I call
Revolutionary.
Yeah, it was a phenomenon. It wasn't the norm. They broke the mold, right? So I won't say the GameCube was a fail because you look at what PlayStation's doing. No, that wasn't even normal what PlayStation was doing. Now it's normal. Now we see all these companies reaching those numbers because PlayStation took gaming into mainstream. So I don't, because if you look at the numbers, they was losing money year to year, but wasn't selling the same amount year to year, generation to generation. So in that sense, yes, but they still managed to sell 30, 40 million. You know what I'm saying? So that's still kind of comparable to what was coming prior to Sony hitting the market. So Sony just changed the game. But I'm trying to remember where I was going with this. Oh, yeah. Microsoft is the first that I've seen in this modern approach, what gaming is being mainstream, being a norm in every household, something that is not taboo, something that's not niche, but something that is accepted by the majority, an axiom, is a truth across the spectrum. Microsoft has somehow managed in this market to fail worse than they did with the one, and that was one of the biggest fumbles in gaming. To go from the 360 to the one was a major fail, and then to turn around and do even worse is what's shocking to me. How do you do worse? There's really no reason to be in a worse condition than you was with the one. And that's what I don't know if it's because of the Switch phenomenon. I don't know what it is, but it's like whatever was going on with Nintendo, it's like they hot potatoed that to Microsoft and said, "Here, take it," and ran off. I don't know what they did, but that's what's jarring about it to me is that they felt this bad after a failed generation. Most bounced back, they didn't, and that's kind of shocking to me. So
Agreed.
Any other thoughts? That was good. That was a good point, K-Bun.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, all right. So, Keith, anything on that? You still with us?
Yeah, I'm just afraid to say anything, so I just want to move forward. Yeah, but good job. Yeah, K-Bun, that's a very strong point, actually. Just a very strong point.
So, this next one we're going to talk about, because we could talk about Grand Theft. That ain't a big topic. We can just, But, so, there's been leaks in Insomnia. Is how you say this? Insomnia?
Insomniac.
Insomniac Gaming. We've had a lot of leaks. I'm kind of scared if we can really play this or not. I don't know if we can. But so we got an hour of the Wolverine kind of pre-alpha, like early stage footage, and I'm not going to front. I know it's early. You can tell it's early. But man, this is going to be a good game. So I don't know if this is a bad thing or a good thing, but what do y'all think about? Did y'all get a chance to watch it? Any other footage?
Yeah.
Actually watching it now.
Okay. What was your thoughts, man? Are y'all? I mean, it's early, so yeah, it's a lot of things that's still a little wonky, but it kind of gives you the direction. Are y'all happy with where they going with it?
I'll go first, I guess. Am I happy with? This is kind of what I thought they were going to do. I mean, it's the developers who made Spider-Man, right? So it's kind of like what I thought they were going to do. But just seeing Wolverine try to traverse like a big city, it ain't the same. It don't have that same draw. I know it's early.
It don't hit the same.
Yeah, I'm not judging the game. I want to see a finished product, but just based on what I'm seeing here, it just don't hit the same. It's like, and his character, like as a kid, I've always loved the Wolverine character, but it's definitely not hitting the same for me as like the Spider-Man's. Like, I'm curious to see how they're going to make this, dare I say, fun. Believe it or not, but. Yeah, it's super early, and I wish I didn't see this stuff. To be honest with you, some of this stuff was so bad and so weird. but
Right.
I
That's what I'm
can't
saying.
stop.
It's super early, man.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I wonder why they. It seems like they're going based off of Hugh Jackman. If I'm not mistaken, like I feel like Wolverine should be shorter, a little more stockier. But hey, that's me.
I believe it was 5'3".
yeah, he
Yeah,
5'3".
Wolverine
Yeah,
box.
5'2", 5'3". Yeah, he
not
looked
this
like
Wolverine.
he's like Chris. He's about to me. I always picture him like Chris Benoit, even though Chris Benoit is a lot taller, probably about 5'9" my height. That's to me. Like I always thought Chris Benoit would be the perfect Wolverine, even though that's what he was. He was the Wolverine in wrestling, but he had that build that I thought Wolverine would have, or Logan would have. Go ahead, K-Bump. Thoughts on this early footage?
Um, have you heard the saying? Never watch, never learn or watch how the hot dog is made.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is how I feel watching this footage. that we really shouldn't be seeing this.
at all.
This is showing how the hot dog is made. Uh, this isn't for eyes. This is QE testing or QA testing or dev testing, trying to get the gameplay or just trying to get some of the mechanics and making sure that it works. And I'll be honest with you. You want my honest opinion? Here's my honest opinion. I saw this footage and said, "Oh, I don't know how I feel about sneaking around with Wolverine. I have metal claws and I can regenerate, and I have all this health and all this anger, and I am hiding in the bush."
Mm.
I felt some type of way. I know Level. No, you saw it and thought it was cool. I saw it and
No,
was like,
I had some
I
concerns,
am
but
almost invincible. I've had my animanium ripped from my body, and I lived, and I am hiding in a bush.
Makes no
so,
sense.
so personally, I felt some type of way. I'm being completely honest. I love Insomniac. I think they're amazing developers, and I think they're going to make the game cinematic. I think they're going to make it fun. I think they're going to choose the
let me
correct
go
instances
ahead.
of where you hide. Because even in Spider-Man, you can go without hiding, just go ham. You don't do no sneaking, no little. Now Miles Morales did more sneaking missions in his game, but in Spider-Man, like you really don't really need to do that. You can just jump into the middle and say, "Hey, I'm Spider-Man," and then put hands on people. So I'm just hoping that and I trust them as developers that they're going to pick the right instances to have you crawling around, sneaking around, but it's not going to be majority of the gameplay. A lot of the sneaking part of Spider-Man was relegated to uh, MJ. Right? Yeah. Peter Parker did some himself, but it was mostly MJ did the sneaking around. So I think that I have faith in them. I wasn't impressed by the footage, but like I said, I feel like I shouldn't be looking at this anyway. But I do trust them in what they do, and they're gonna make sure to make it fun at the most. They're not Naughty Dog, who doesn't care about fun. Uh, who cares about storytelling more than fun. But I think they're gonna make a great game. I still have faith in them to do so.
Okay, so I understand I'm looking at early stuff. So for me, I kind of what I was looking at did look wonky, look off. Like when he was swinging, his blades, and I was like,
It's too many swings to kill these people. I'm sorry. You are the Wolverine.
it wasn't
That
it
was way
wasn't.
too many swings.
It looked like Nathan. You know how Nathan be swinging, and you the dude you kind of hitting air. You ain't even hitting your. It kind of felt like that. Like, okay, wait a minute, Nathan, you ain't hitting nothing. You missing hitting all air. But I'm like, it's early, right? But
It is.
and
It
I
is.
do. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even. K-Bone, again, let me give you kudos, man. I didn't even think about the stealth part. I didn't even.
Oh, I did.
I didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you, because we so used to that in games, it just my mind just went to, he's in grass. He has to sneak around. I didn't even think he's Wolverine. Why does he need to do this? So
I am almost invincible.
so now that I have to pivot. That was an absolutely great take. Because I fell right into he's in foliage, he's sneaking. They do this in every game that we play.
Yep.
Even Spider-Man probably, if he landed some foliage, he got to sneak. But I'm holding out hope, right? I am concerned with the open world aspect of it and how that's going to work, because Spider-Man has so many things that make that world make sense with the webs and the how he traverse, the travel, just different. To me, seems like Wolverine need to be in more confined areas, tight areas, little space to move around, where you could just be a beast. And looking at this second part in the bar gives me a lot more hope than that opening scene when he was in his yellow suit. So I don't know. I'm with y'all. I'm excited, but not because this looks so amazing, but because even at this stage, I see a lot of potential, a lot of promise. But the combat and the controls I'm like, yeah, it need work. But adding in what you just said, K-Pom, I got to pivot. That whole take made me wait a minute, this is the Wolverine. Why are we hiding?
Why are we hiding?
So you have made me rethink my position. I'm not concerned. I'm not that concerned, but it is something to consider. That much is true. They making him look pretty tight here with the sword in his back, and he looking invincible right here. He ain't hiding at all. So that's another thing. How are they going to do that with him having the healing factor that he has? How are they going to replicate that in the game and still make you die?
True.
That's why I said I wonder how they're going to make it fun. How are they going to make this fun?
I don't know. They may do some kind of aspect where he has like a disease that's that's kind of interacting with his healing power, so you don't really feel that overpowered.
That's not fun.
I mean, but he had the techno virus that was in the comics. He was given the techno virus, or Silver Samurai. Even in the book that I read, the Wolverine Origins, where when they reveal his son, his son cuts off his healing ability.
He looking crazy in this scene. Well, he's sneaking again in the grass. Go ahead. His son did what?
His son can cuts from his son can like stop his healing ability.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's how they kind of, and also the Silver Samurai can too. The sword that he uses stops his healing ability. So there is ways they can do it.
Now I'm not going to sit up here. Now we've seen Wolverine be stealthy before, so I'm not going to sit up here and say he hasn't done this.
Not to the regular enemies though.
Yeah, well, he's doing it too. I guess he's trying to sneak into some place without being detected. Because even in X-Men '97 and the original X-Men, they kind of nerfed Wolverine to make him more easy to put him in threatening situations. They kind of nerfed him, so they may nerf him. I don't know if we're gonna like that, but that's what they may have to do.
I'm crawling on the floor with a Wolverine. I may have a problem now.
All right, anything else on this? This ended up not being K-Pom just deflated.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How you gonna make invincible vincible?
I'm sorry. I just felt some type of way.
That was dead. So they really couldn't do Deadpool either.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, or the Hulk. How did they do the Hulk? Because he got the same level of healing.
Well, I don't know. The game was trash, so I didn't play it.
Okay.
They can do it. They just they gotta change the philosophy. Oh, he's fighting. Yeah, but what if Wolverine has to get across town? How he gonna do that? I gotta save who was this love interest? Jean Grey. I gotta save Jean, and then I
so
got
many.
a bunch of other people. Well, I gotta make a decision. Like I feel like they don't play around with that aspect of heroism. They don't play around with that aspect. It's always just beat them up, beat them. That's crazy. That enemy on the screen. They don't play around with that aspect of it. You know, like so even with Superman, not trying to get away from Wolverine, but even with Superman, yeah, Superman is freaking invincible, but he still has to make choices. You know, he got to pull his punches or pull his strength when he's around regular citizens. That's a game in and of itself. I didn't mean to snap your neck just hugging you. My bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know that's probably too much, you know, but still, because like we don't ever want to experience Superman 64 again.
Man.
So
Mm.
Speaking
yeah.
of Superman, I never played that game. There was a arcade Superman game that I used to love to play, where you can play as a blue and a red Superman. But dang, K-Bum just kind of man. Well, hey,
I
Insomniac,
felt how I felt.
get it together. All I can say, we can't be sneaking around with Wolverine. K-Bum said this is not acceptable. Okay, so the last subject was the situation with Grand Theft Auto 6 and the fact that the whole strike with Hollywood and actors has affected. Let me pull this up. Let me pull up the conversation. Who shared this? Was this you, Keith?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something else I saw on Twitter.
So let me see. Pull it up. Okay, so, and I don't know, is it an article or is it just this post?
I was able to pull out an article. Here, did I send it to you?
Okay, here, I got it.
Okay.
Is it SAG?
Yeah.
How you say that? AFTRA?
AFTRA. I don't know.
Is that an acronym or is that a word? I think it's an acronym. SAG AFTRA, video game workers go on strike for AI protection. Video game actors say they want fair compensation and the right of informed consent for the AI use of their face, voice, and bodies. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, this AI thing is going. So there's another strike. So the SAG AFTRA, I don't know if that's anyway, members who perform in video games are striking starting on Friday. The group announced on Thursday, July 25th, citing over a year and a half of contract negotiations that failed to reach a deal. Workers representing companies including not Activision, but Electronic Arts, Disney, Take-Two, and more are demanding better compensation and informed consent for artificial intelligence use of their likeness. So the strike involved actors who worked in video games either through voice acting, motion capture, or both. According to the union, negotiations begin on October 2022. More than a year later, members voted to strike after employers did not agree to protect all performers covered by this contract in their AI language. According to the SAG, is it after? I'm not trying to say this. Press release. I ain't even fighting for it. Press release. The strike bears parallels to the one in the entertainment industry that ended last November. So this has nothing to do with Hollywood. These are just video game actors. Okay. So the video game industry generates billions of dollars in profits annually. The driving force behind the success is the creative people who design and create those games, says chief negotiator Duncan Crabtree, Ireland. Frankly, it's stunning that these game studios haven't learned anything from the lessons of last year. That our members can and will stand up and demand fair and equitable treatment with respect to AI, and the public supports us in this. So basically, I guess these companies don't want to give them protection, and I don't blame them. I don't think you should be able to use my voice, my likeness, and artificially generate that stuff and just cut me out while you using my voice. To me, that should be automatically copyrighted by you since you are the originator of that. That should automatically be copyrighted to you. You should get paid some type of royalties for that. And I think they're trying to some kind of way wiggle themselves out of that, just like Hollywood was trying to do. So y'all thoughts?
Yeah, you're not finna use my likeness, my voice. What they say, my body too? Yeah. They use their bodies too?
Well, you're not finna use. If you did motion capture, they can use your movies.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not finna. I get it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to use that, then I'm suing you. However, it's all comes down to contracts though. If you don't have it in your contract that they can't do that, then they kind of can. You know what I mean? Like that, because it's always about that dotted line, that fine print, what you said and what you didn't say. Yep. And unfortunately, and I'm glad that they're standing up for themselves, but unfortunately,
AI wasn't a thing at that time. This is a new thing.
It wasn't in there, so they could do it. So now they got to renegotiate and rewrite contracts and stuff like that. It's.
But that's my thing. Well, I'm interrupting. Go ahead. My bad.
No, you good. I'm just kind of shooting.
My question, I guess, to that would be, how can the company or the studio or the developer or whomever introduce something that wasn't a thing and say, because it wasn't a thing, we can do this even though the thing that we're using, you originated with you. And you was paying me for my voice when I was acting it, but this new invention or this new technology is now possible to where you can basically sample, because it's sampling my voice, and cause a computer to replicate it and loophole around me, maneuver around me. To me, if the contract, yeah, they got to renegotiate that, because it is no way it's fair to that person, that actor or actress, for them to do that. To me, that's like me taking a picture that or something that EA created, their game, and some kind of way I get a computer to regenerate that. Would they say, and it's doing everything their game did, but I put a different skin on it and give it a new name, they still gonna come and say, you're infringing on my property. Right?
Yeah.
So how can then they turn around? What's up, Alan Steve? Welcome to the show. How can they then turn around and do the same thing and say, because it's not in the contract, your identity, your image, your voice is not protected under copyright? As doing music, this is something that intrigues me, because I do music, and copyright protects your music, anything that sound like your words, your lyrics. But that should protect your voice and likeness and image, to me. But go ahead.
Yeah, the problem is um, that some of the pieces that you referred to have there is uh, legal grounds standing that they can use to fight those big companies, right? That you can't just kind of change the pictures or slightly change it and then say it's something new, right? There's legal standing ground that's illegal. There's no real legal standing ground right now against AI and the imitation of AI and the use of AI. And so for them, I think the best bet for them is to get it in under contract, because the problem is that these big companies have they have a lot of the power, and so they exercise that power over. I don't know if you're aware. So there's I don't know if it's a lawsuit, but there's a issue with Apple's new AI.
Mm-hmm.
Apple's new AI. They got their the training of the AI. They purchased information from like a company that scrubs the internet for information, supposedly legally, right? They're supposed to be legally bounded. The way they get the information, the way they get the data, that all of that they use to train the AI was supposed to be all legal. What they're finding out is that that Apple was unaware that the company that they use was using um, some of these YouTubers' videos to train their AI, and they did not get permission for that. And so now Apple is coming under fire because of the people they use for the AI training illegally got the information to train the AI. So like you're all these new litigation about AIs is just now coming up within the past year. So to me, I think to protect your likeness against AI and any future use of it, I almost think they have to go on strike, and they have to affect the dollar, the bottom line, which is the dollars for these companies, so that they can be protected as creators and make sure that they're not just completely overridden. Matter of fact, I'll say this, and I use AI. I like AI. I enjoy AI, but we can't just put it everywhere. I went through the drive-through today, and
Oh
it's
no.
story time. I went through the drive-through today, and and it's not something I eat every day. This is something I eat on rare occasions because it has the likelihood of messing with your stomach. And I wanted some White Castles today. I talked to the wife; she wanted White Castles. We went and got White Castles. We act like we young. We ain't that young. Anyway, you from the White Castle we use, when you order, you talk to an AI. You don't talk to a person. And all I wanted was to change my drink from a Coke to a Coke Zero. It couldn't do it. It gave me three other Cokes. It gave me a whole new order number two. And I'm like, I just want to change it from a Coke to a Coke Zero. Why are you struggling? Uh, uh, I'll bring it back to say just the use of AI isn't for everything. But no, I completely agree with their stance. I think they should fight for it, and I think they should get litigation and hurt these pockets so that they can protect their likeness as creators.
Yep.
I don't like even dealing with the automated voices when you paying bills. I like operator, sir. If you give me a chance, I may be able. Operator, thank you. I give you a chance. The chance is to give me an operator because I need to talk about this bill. I don't. You can't help me. I want to talk to somebody about my bill so they can feel my frustration and be pressured to help me. You won't do that, and that's what they're trying to do. That bot ain't gonna feel none of that. It's emotionless. So, so man, no, I don't even like using the kiosk when I go into like I had to use the kiosk in Taco Bell. I was like, man, I'm walking straight up here to this cashier and order my food. Forget this kiosk. Uh,
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
said the Panera at our neighborhood, you can't talk to like you don't interact with people. You don't order from people. You order straight from the kiosk or online. You don't actually interact with people.
so they don't have no what?
No, there's people.
It's people in there, but not. Man, that's taking so many jobs, bro. Anything else on this?
No,
Hello?
I'm good.
The K-Mom drop out?
Did he? I'm not even on that screen no more.
Yeah, he's screen. He on the screen. I don't hear his voice. But yeah, man, yeah, that's unfortunate, man. And it's just a scary, we just in a scary.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm still here. No, I don't have anything else. That was it.
Okay. It's just we're in uncharted territories, man. We in this. The world is changing, literally. Like it's changing. Like we are in where we're shifting majorly in this world, and a lot of first technology has really come so far to where, like I said, it's getting into strange places and strange territories. So I just got a letter that my whole phone was hacked. They took my, well, they didn't take anything, but they was AT&T sent me that they had been, I guess, recording or monitoring my calls and my text messages. And they gave me the time, whoever hacked them. I was like, what? But,
Yeah, I got that too.
oh, you got it too? Yeah. So I'm like, man, okay, what? We don't believe any of your stuff is be leaked. I'm like, what could they leak? What? Y'all ain't really even saying what they got. So
I got that one too.
So I got that a couple of days ago. I'm like, man. So am I getting compensated for this? Where the money at? Don't send me a letter apologizing. Give me some cash flow. But yeah, this it's kind of concerning where we treading to and trending to. Are we going to see Terminator? Is Arnold Schwarzenegger gonna have to come back and help Jon Snow? I mean, what's his name? What is his name in Terminator? What's the main dude?
Connor.
Connor. Is Connor? Are we gonna have our own Connor? Man, it's scary. But anything else? Are we out? Are we done?
We finished or we done?
We finished. So that was the show for tonight. I'm gonna let these dudes sign out, starting with K-Bum. 20. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, man. Enjoyed the podcast. Enjoyed the comment section. Appreciate you guys coming through, and appreciate having to chop it up with the homies as usual. As always, I can't wait to get back to this college football though. But no, enjoy myself. You guys enjoy your weekend. Go out there and check out Deadpool. Hopefully, it's a great movie. I'll know by 6:30 on tomorrow.
Correction, 10 a.m. tomorrow. You'll know.
I bet you would.
I'm gonna call it like Thor showed up in the movie. I'm gonna spoil this movie tomorrow. You gonna be mad. Go ahead, my bad, bro.
Anyway, I enjoyed it, man. Have fun. Can't wait to next time, man. And yeah, stay out there, keep gaming.
All right. Mr. Bomb is your floor. Keith is your floor.
So he finna go again?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I didn't expect we was gonna go that long on that first topic. So if you missed it, you hear my voice now, go back and listen to it. It's pretty good. Great show as usual. Always great to chop it up with the fellas. K-Von, White Castle? Really?
It's been a while, man.
Wasn't a fan.
All right.
But yeah, man, like I said, it's good to chop it up with y'all, man. And hopefully, have some more games under the belt. Get on some of these Xbox games that I mentioned early on. I can talk about them next week, hopefully.
Okay. Well, that shouts out to me as well, man. Alan, Steve, Nia, and Chariot, man. I appreciate all y'all tuning in on tonight, and those that may have tuned in that just stick around. We thank you for being here. Good podcast on tonight. Yeah, like you said, I didn't expect to be on that Microsoft conversation for so long. But we typically do that when we talk about Microsoft. So we'll be back next week, same time, same place. Hopefully all three of us will be able to get a chance to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. Keith, you gotta go watch that Acolyte, man. I'm ready to talk. But with that said, we are signing out. Till next time, deuces.
But we got smash bros though.